What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is Season 6, Episode 11, and let's go ahead and get right into this review because we start this episode off with Amara and Flo. Baby, they still going back and forth, okay? And here's the thing. When it comes to this situation, I really feel like Flo is getting ate up, okay? It's like watching a fight and all of Amara's punches are connecting while Flo's arms are just flailing in the air because she's over here talking about how Amara don't love herself and how Amara won't let Alan's daughter see his other kids, or however she phrased it. Girl, first of all, Amara just told you how she loved her melanated skin. She loved herself, so how you gonna try to tell her that she don't? Then the fact that you try to throw Alan in her face and saying how, the kids don't get to see each other. Girl, why are you bringing up the kids? Stay on task here. Like, I will say this. It did bother Amara that Flo knew that information because it just let her know that her baby daddy was out here pillow talking. But at the same time, it's just like, Flo, just shut up because you lost the fight, okay? This is one argument that you lost for sure. I'm sorry you don't have your big sister to come bully everybody like you normally do. Because let's be honest, every time Flo gets into it with somebody, usually Gael is there to come in and basically be her mouthpiece. Now, at one point, Shay got to jump in because this is not what she wanted for her event. And Shay is supposed to be performing, right? All right, cool. So the girls calm down and Shay is about to perform. She get up there. She doing some song. Now, listen, it's supposed to be about body positivity. But I got to be honest. Those lyrics, they were not hitting. I'm sorry, they weren't. But maybe she got another song that I might like. Nonetheless, after her song, she sit up here, she raises a glass so that everybody can toast and just like, oh yeah, this will be the last time a person that's selling detox tea think they gonna have some tea on some big bitches and blah, blah, blah. Girl, what? This ain't what I thought you was gonna do. So at this point, Shay, she's embarrassed, of course, because this is not what she expected, especially bringing Shay in to perform. She ain't never met this girl before. She trying to figure out what's the energy, because what are you talking about? So Shay ends up ending her whole event. Okay, baby, it's over. We done had the girls argue. I done got called out. Something's got to give. So Shay ends up in her event, walking out or whatever. And Amara is actually the one that goes over to talk to her. And she's like, Shay, like, you need to go have a conversation with this girl. Like, why does she even feel that you feel some type of way about bigger women? And then Shay, she does say that, when it came to that conversation with Zoe, she went below the belt. Now, according to her, it's because she had lost her baby. And then here comes Zoe with a pregnancy test to make it seem like her man had got somebody else pregnant. And that really wasn't true. And, they were going back and forth. Now, here's the thing. Honestly, it does not matter what size people are. When people are arguing, they throw out whatever they think is going to stick, okay? We literally just witnessed that when we watched Flo and Amara, okay? According to Flo, Amara is supposedly ugly and she don't like herself, which we can clearly see that's not true. Now, unfortunately for Zoe, though, her being a bigger girl, I don't really think that Shay was calling her big and like she don't like big women. No, she was just specifically talking about you, girl. Like, at this point, when I hear people argue, especially on these shows, if they call somebody big, it's no different than when they call somebody ugly. Like, I just feel like when people are throwing digs, they just throw out whatever that comes to mind. First thing that they think of is gonna come out, unfortunately. But Amara, she does convince Shay that she needs to go ahead, have this conversation. So Shay does. She goes in there, talks to Shay, and she basically tells her what went down between her and Zoe. And one thing that I will say is that she told the full story. She didn't try to make up stuff. And you know how, like, some people, they will tell a story and victimize themselves completely. No, Shay pretty much told the full story how it went down. And she's like, yes, I was saying things to Zoe, and at the same time, she was saying stuff to me as well. So at the end of the day, they were both throwing insults. This is not like a singled out comment that Shay said about Zoe, like going off on her and Zoe said nothing back. So I do understand where Shay is coming from, the way she's explaining it. So then she's like, okay, but did you have to use the word big? Like, do you see how that affects our community? And here's the thing. Shay, she's like, well, here we go. I understand where you're coming from, but I was not talking about all big women. I was specifically talking about Zoe. And at the end of the day, Zoe likes to play the victim, because you can't throw rocks and then hide your hands. AKA, you can't be throwing jabs at people and then act like this person attacked you. Because at the end of the day, girl, you did bring some information to Shay, and your sister played in your face, okay? Not only just Fabo and Shay, but your sister really played on your top, okay? And you sat up here trying to take up for her, where really you should have been yelling at your sister like, girl, why'd you put me in this situation to get into it with these people? Come on now. Nonetheless, I completely understand where Shay is coming from as well, because she is saying that, the world is already against plus size people. We don't need you to add on to the problem. I get it. So at this point, Shay, she's like, Zoe, she's wrong. She was definitely wrong for what happened between me, her, and her sister, and whatever else that was. And she owes me an apology. So she again tries to bring up that big comment. And Shay was standing on the fact that you cannot single out that comment. You cannot single out me calling her big when she was saying whatever she was saying as well. And honestly, I kind of agree with her. I really do. Like, this may sound messed up, but I do agree with you. Cannot single out one comment because that's the one that really stung you, when you just brought this girl a whole fake pregnancy situation. And then tried to tell her that it ain't right for her to come for your sister when your sister just lied on her man. Now, Fabo was absolutely wrong for talking to that girl, but to pretend that you was pregnant by a man you ain't never seen, that's some crazy work. Okay? Moving on from there, Shay says that she's going to have a conversation with Zoe, and Shay says that, she would actually like to meet with Zoe and have a conversation. Now, one thing I will say is that Zoe, I do think that it was whack that you sent that girl in there to do your dirty work, but you didn't tell her the full story of what actually went down. Like, that's a little crazy. By the end of this scene, though, Shay does offer Shay an opportunity to be her brand ambassador for her new detox tea that she has. And Shing was all for it. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We get to Trina. She is in the booth. She's recording her audio for the audiobook for her memoir or whatever. And according to her, she is ready to drop this single with her and her man, Swerve. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I completely forgot that y'all shot that video. So basically, they want to do a premiere for the video at like this party. But the theme of the party is that everybody has to come as a couple, right? Because clearly love is in the air for Trina. Now, what was interesting to me is that they're in the room with, it's Trina, Swerve, Joy, and Trina brother. I can't remember his name. But Joy ain't got no man, okay? So, girl, what you gonna do about your cousin who's your ride or die? You know she ain't got no man. What's she supposed to do? Now, according to Joy, she's like, no, I'm going to bring somebody. I got somebody in mind I'm going to bring. Okay, girl. I guess. But Trina, she ends up walking out the room. And they're like, okay, now that she's going, let's have a real conversation. So Joy is going on about the fact that she had to throw Hot Topic out of, what's it called, Magic Monday or whatever. And she's like, yeah, she keeps talking about how Bobby said that she's the one who leaked Trina information. But why would Bobby say that if it ain't true? And all types of foolishness, right? So here's the thing that stood out to me. It's the fact that every time there's a scene with Hot Topic coming around, you have Trina, Joy, Swerve, Bobby now, everybody acting like Hot Topic is crazy. But then in this part right here, you have Joy saying, oh, because, everybody had their reservations about Swerve, pretty much, right? And I'm just like, oh, so all of y'all thought it was strange that this man came around, but because Hot Topic was trying to get to the bottom of who this man really is, y'all basically let her hang out to dry. That's kind of interesting. Because you got to remember, at the end of the day, one thing about Joy and Bobby for sure, when it comes to Trina, they are the followers and definitely not the leaders. Like, whatever Trina says, it goes. And I guess it was better to be in Trina's good graces than to be on the outs like Hot Topic. So, at one point, Swerve, he ends up joining the conversation because he wanted to pipe up. And he was like, either you with us or against us. That's the kind of vibe that he has about the whole situation. And then talking about how he only wants to be about growth and elevation. Negro, what are you talking about? Like, what? I feel like every time this man talks, I'm like, what is he talking about? So at this point, Joy, she tells him that she wants him to meet with Hot Topic so that way they can just kind of get to the bottom of things. And he agrees that he'll meet with her. I said, oh, is Trina going to be there? Because y'all know she got to handle everything when it comes to that man. I digress, though. We're going to see. Moving on. We get to Trick Daddy house or whatever. And he got all these young adults in his home. Here's the thing. I want every last one of them to get out of that man's house. I want the twins to go. And I even want his son to go. Because at this point, his son got to be in his 20s. Like 21, 22 years old. Same thing with those twins. I don't know how old they are, but I feel like they pushing 30. And I want them to go. Because they're in his house or whatever. And nobody's taking him serious. Nobody. Like, he set up, studio time for the twins. They wasted that time. His son, according to Trick, he not really working on music like he's supposed to be. So it's kind of like, if y'all not really gonna do what y'all supposed to do, then go find somewhere else to be, please. So, the one twin that's not dating Jalen, I don't know her name, Asia, Deja, maybe she Asia, I don't know. Or Aisha, I don't know what the fuck their names is. Anyway, so Trick talked to her. It's like, listen, you the smart one anyway. You gotta understand that at the end of the day, like, if one of y'all fall, both of y'all fall because y'all are a group. So you might want to get that figured out. Now, while that's happening, we see Jalen and the other twin, they're sitting on the bed or whatever, and old girl is over here talking about how, oh, we should go ahead and go to the Trina event together, like as a couple. She's so busy trying to be public, and he don't want that. He like, no, that's not what I'm into right now. Girl, that man is just smashing you around this house because that's a thing to do. He don't really want to be with you. It is very clear. Girl, move around and focus on yourself, please. Moving on from that, Zoe is boxing, right? Now, baby girl, she's sweating, she working out, all of this stuff. But what was bothering me was the fact that she had a face full of makeup on. I get so annoyed when I see the girls come on TV and they're supposed to be working out and they have a face full of makeup. Just because, do you know that if you're sweating like that and you have makeup on, that is going to clog your pores so bad. I would suggest not to do it, okay? Nonetheless, Shay ends up coming in and, they just kind of talk briefly about their relationships. Because, that's what these two love to do. Also, I almost forgot. And Zoe, why did you have that big old chain on when you were supposed to be boxing? Girl, we know who you are. You don't gotta wear that chain everywhere you go. But back to the story at hand. Zoe says that she broke up with Kelvin because at this point they've realized that maybe it's not the best for them to be together. Glad she realized. Now my question is, are you going to go back to your homegirl? I think her name was Kiki or something. Are you going to go back to her and be cool with her? Because technically she was right. Like, she may have said it at the wrong time, but she was right, dog. So what you going to do about that situation? Then we go over to Shing, and she talks about how her man, he in jail, and how, she don't know when he gonna get out. It's pending. And she ruined her session with Derek and all of this stuff. It's like, this show just reminds me that Black women in particular, I need for y'all to focus on yourselves. Okay? Stop worrying about these piss poor men that y'all are dating and focus on bettering yourself. Because we got the one twin over there who's acting a fool with a man who won't go public with her. He only want to see her in the bedroom. You got, what's his name? Kelvin. He over there trying to ruin Zoe's life. Want her to be, the housemaid. He wants her to clean up the house. He wants her to cook, do all the things, as well as be the artist, as well as be the one who's bringing in all the money, and he gets a cut off of her check because he's the manager. Like, what? Then you have Shane, who got a man who in jail, baby. We don't know when he's getting out. And don't even get me started on Trina. Oh, wait. And then Flo and Marlon, which is a fool. Like, baby, every woman on this show, I want them to, drop their partner and do better. And that's sad to say. But you know what? Let me go ahead and get back to the topic at hand. Zoe, she is so excited to ask, so did you pull up on Shay? So then here goes Shay. I mean, she is really putting it on. Talking about she pulled up to the event, how when she performed her song, Shay was over there dancing. But the way she's describing it, I'm just like, Shay, I need you to bring it down a few notches. So at this point, I didn't realize that this was basically a diss track to Shay. I didn't realize that, but whatever. So then, Shay brings up the fact that, she talked to Shay, and Shay said that, Zoe and her sister and all of that whole situation is brought up. And baby, Zoe is still trying to justify the fact that Fabian shouldn't have been talking to other women. Yeah, we agree on that. But once you brought it to them and then found out that information that your sister lied, dog, your sister got you out here looking crazy, okay? So then Ching is like, well, how about this? I think that both of y'all owe each other an apology. And Zoe's out here for it. So then she's like, okay, fine. Well, come to the photo shoot that I have coming up because I'm now Shay's brand ambassador. Oh, why she say that? Because maybe now Zoe is feeling some type of way because the way she thought this was going to go, it didn't. She thought that Shay was about to go up in there, be her little Rottweiler, and no. Okay? She actually is cool with Shay. So Shay is basically trying to punk her to go meet with Shay at this photo shoot. Child, I guess. One thing I can say is that in this moment, I'm definitely not a fan of Zoe. Because, girl, you are wrong. But let's go ahead and move on. Alright, now moving on from that, we get this random scene, okay? Because who knew that So Unique was an artist, okay? She out here filming a music video or whatever, and Joy is there. And I'm just like, wait, Joy, weren't you the same person who told this girl, I ain't got no information for you, so you do a trick on your own? Like, are you trying to be her bestie? What's going on here? Or are you just being nosy because you know her and Trick broke up? Well, it was definitely her being nosy because the first thing she asked about was, girl, what happened with you and Trick Daddy? So, of course, So Unique gives her all the deets on what happened between her and Trick. And I can't lie, I see why Trick was mad when they met up the first time. Because this is what he did not want. He did not want both of these women, getting together talking about him. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. Now, Joy ends up bringing up the fact that the last time they met up, So Unique was looking at her like with the googly eyes. Well, baby, we quickly find out that they kind of feeling each other, okay? Because Joy ain't turning nobody down, male or female, and So Unique is definitely interested in Joy. So Joy ends up inviting So Unique to Trina's event, right? Alright, cool. Moving on from that, we actually see Snoop and Hot Topic meet up, right? And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. According to Snoop, he is feeling away because it's not fair that basically Hot Topic is taking the heat when everybody all felt the same. Everybody felt some type of way about Swerve, but she the only one who called it out. So now everybody done flipped on her and make it seem like she the crazy one. Now here's the thing. Swerve gets there and he says hey to Snoop or whatever. They shake hands and all that stuff. But then when he sees Hot Topic, he like, what up, sis? I'm like, why are you calling her sis? Like, you don't know her like that. That's a little weird. So Hot Topic ends up expressing herself how she feels about this whole situation because she feels like, Trina has been very distant towards her. And at the same time, it's like, dude, what's your intentions? Like, you kind of came up out of nowhere. So this man's response was, I don't see how a friend can hate on a marriage when a marriage ain't hating on a friend. Negro, I'm gonna need for you to stop talking in riddles. So she goes on to explain that she not hating on a marriage or whatever, but she again wants to know what his intentions are, and he says that he don't owe that to her. And I'm just like, okay, so this conversation ain't going nowhere. So then he ends up bringing up the fact that she, talked to the baby mama, right? And basically her whole point is, I don't understand why I'm getting all the heat for it when at the end of the day, Bobby is the one who brought me the information. Okay, here's the thing, Hot Topic. I'm guessing that they're assuming that you did not have to meet with this person. Just because you got the information, that doesn't mean you had to meet with the person. But at the same time, I can't even be mad at her because let's not forget when Trina and Swerve were in there talking after Hot Topic mentioned the baby mama, it was a whole like, oh, well, babe, you need to go ahead and get that settled. You need to get that taken care of. All this blah, 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 blah. So clearly there was an issue there. And had she not brought it up, you would have ignored it. It acted like you did not have a child, possibly. But back to this situation. Hot Topic, she's like, Bobby feels some type of way about you and blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing, Hot Topic. When Bobby is in front of that man, he don't got no problem with him. So really it's giving that Bobby did have a problem with him. However, because he wants to be in Trina's good graces, he gonna pretend and act like everything's good. So yes, Hot Topic, you got the shortest end of the stick. And honestly, you shouldn't want to rock with these people at all anyways. But here's the thing, when it comes to this Swerve guy, according to him, like, he is not the enemy. And he gonna be cool if she be cool. But at the end of the day, like, basically don't say nothing about his marriage. Alright, so moving on from that, we have Shay and Chang there at the photo shoot for Healthy Hands, and Zoe shows up, right? So they sit down and have this conversation, and baby, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm on Shay's side. Because Shay is trying to tell Zoe, like, listen, you're the one who brought me this pregnancy test, okay? Then on top of that, your sister admitted that she had never seen this man once we all met up. How is it that you were trying to attack me when really you should have been calling out your sister for putting you in the middle of some mess that was unnecessary? And Zoe's like, well, I'm not going to check my sister in front of you. And it's like, girl, you worry about checking your sister in front of her. You didn't check your sister at all. If we want to be honest, all you did was invite her over to your house. She sat up here and apologized because she supposedly was bored and lonely. And that was her excuse as to why she put you in the middle of a fight. And you never checked her, dog. So I'm with Shay when she's telling Zoe that, you should have been like, hey, why do you got me here with these people? And this was all a lie. However, Zoe is over there like, no, I'm not going to do that. And it's not like I called you out your name and I called you the B word. And then Zoe goes on to talk about how Shay called her big or whatever. And Shay's like, okay, but now you done sent this girl to basically be your bodyguard to come over here and try to check me. And that ain't cool. Now here goes Ching and Zoe, because now they both like, no, I wasn't trying to check. Well, Ching was saying she wasn't there to check her. And then Zoe's like, why would I send her for you? And baby, I'm sorry, but we all saw that conversation. Zoe, you absolutely tried to put the battery in Ching back to go check Shay for you. Like, Shay ain't lying. So then, also on top of that, this whole time, Shay is trying to tell Zoe, like, you never apologized. And Zoe is saying, I did apologize. Girl, when? Because you ain't seen Shay. So when did you apologize, girl? So at one point they were kind of going back and forth, but we end this scene with the ladies hugging it out because they actually both apologized. And I must say that they actually seemed like they were apologies that were sincere. Shocking, because that's rare on reality TV. But let's go ahead and move on because Amara is rehearsing. Now, Amara lets us know that she has not performed in 4 years. And it's like, yeah, girl, because within the 4 years, you got real comfortable on reality TV and completely forgot about the goal. But nonetheless, she has a big performance at a festival coming up and she's rehearsing. So next thing you know, she ends up going outside to talk to Alan. And at first things are cool, you know what I mean? But she does end up letting him know, like, listen, I know that you have been kicking it with Flo. And he's at first kind of taken aback, like, well, what's wrong with that? And she's like, nothing's wrong with that. However, I don't need you telling her our business. Like, I don't need you telling her about our relationship and how we are with our kids. And in this moment, baby, I completely stand with Amara, okay, in this whole situation because, Alan, you were dead wrong. Why are you going around telling some girl that you just randomly with? Because at this point, Flo is really random. Like, they don't know each other like that. Why are you telling her anything about Amara? Anything about you not seeing the girls? Anything about the children? Like, dude, you need to, like, watch what you be pillow talking about, okay? Now, Amara, I must say, you do look really pretty in this scene. You really do. But according to Alan, he says that he's going to fix it. He's going to fix the situation. Alright, so we get to Trina's party, right? And she's so excited because she gets to show off her man like she loved to do. And I'm just like, Trina, what do you even have on? That's the real question. But here's the thing. So Bobby is there or whatever. And in her confessional, she talks about how basically her husband told her what went down between him, Hot Topic, and Snoop. And how basically Bobby was the one who kind of got all of this started. So now she's in her confessional saying that, it just really sucks that all these people are talking behind my back. And it's like, Trina, the reason why they're talking behind your back is because when they try to tell you stuff to your face, you didn't want to talk about it. You didn't want to hear it. And at the end of the day, he was your man. Remember? That's what you said. Now, y'all, like I said, everybody started to show up, right? What had me hollering was when Joy and So Unique walked in. Baby, Trick Daddy Face said it all. He like, oh, I know you got to be lying to me. So he pulls Snoop to the side and he like, Like, okay, for real. Are they like trying to plot on me, or do they actually have something going on? Because ain't no way they got something going on. Now, baby, you gotta know that Trick nerves was real bad. Because of all the people to call over, he spots out Bobby. Y'all know Trick can't stand Bobby. He ain't like Bobby since season 1 of this damn show. He called Bobby over, and he's like, listen, get Joy from around that girl. Baby, when I tell you, I was cracking up. Because I'm like, Trick, you down bad right now. Because the fact that you want Bobby to get So Unique away from Joy is crazy. Because you don't like him. But baby, you can't stand So Unique. So Bobby go over there and was like, yo, Trick is feeling some type of way that, y'all two are together right now. And Joy is over trying to explain like, oh no, he don't need to be worried about me. But Trina was right when she chimed in and was like, girl, how you gonna show up to something where you knew he was gonna be at with somebody he used to talk to? Especially considering y'all was married. Like, girl, Joy, find you something to do. Oh, but baby, let me talk about Joy real quick. I think it was so raggedy of her to decide in this moment to be like, Trick needs to be worried about his son smashing the twins over there. And I'm just kind of like, girl, not you putting the young folk business out there. Girl, why? So then everybody thinking that he dating both of the girls. But no, it's just that one. So now he got to go over there and go clear his name. And I can't lie, I had to give Joy the side eye. Because I'm just like, girl, not you trying to use these young folks over here to take the heat off your old ass. Girl, like, you was wrong. So then Trick done pulled everybody to the side that live in his household. Like, what's going on? So then Jaden is like, well, we are closer than, what we should be. Trick ain't even tripping. Trick is like, listen, I don't care if y'all date. It's not like y'all blood related. But just let me know so that I'm not bamboozled when I'm in a setting like this. And, it's put on the spot like this whole Joy and So Unique situation. Baby, Trick so worked up, he had to leave. Trina over here yelling, we ain't even shown the video yet. Trick don't want to see that video. That man need to go check on his blood pressure right about now. So, next thing you know, Bobby, he gets on the mic and he's like, oh, let's cheers to my cousin and my new cousin-in-law because he was made to be her husband. And there you go, kiss it up. When you the one who started all the bullshit. So, they finally play this video. I'm not even going to comment on it. I'm just going to let it be what it's going to be. Moving on from the video. Hot Topic show up, right? And it's crazy that when she walks up to Trina and Swerve, she kind of like give Trina a hug or whatever. And they act like they did not argue the last time they saw each other. Like, that was a little weird. But nonetheless, of course, Hot Topic is trying to put all the blame on Bobby. Now, Bobby, he's coming from a place of, oh, Hot Topic is the one that revealed what happened with this wedding. However, Hot Topic is coming from a point of, Bobby, we had a conversation and you let me know that someone sent you an email about Swerve and him having an outside baby. So I feel like there's two things happening right now. Now, keep in mind that while they are arguing, Trina and her man, they over all lovey-dovey. However, of course, Hot Topic, she started to raise her voice because she's like, I'm about to clear my name and all of this crap. And Swerve, he ends up jumping into the conversation. And, of course, Trina's like, no, let them handle it, or whatever. It's like, girl, I mean, I know the man ain't smart and he don't say the smartest things, but just let him pipe up one time. You don't have to control his mouth all the time. So he's like, no, y'all can't be doing this at the party, right? He just basically wants them to shut this down because this is not the place for this. However, Hot Topic is going off, and the next thing you know, Snoop walks up. Because honestly, I feel like Snoop, he does feel bad for how Hot Topic has been treated. So, again, They about to be going back and forth, and Bobby is saying how, no, because I heard that you got a blog or whatever. Baby, next thing you know, Swerve, he is picking up a drink. It was like, oh, because y'all not listening. He pours a drink on Bobby. I was like, whoa, wait a second. Why did you pour that on him? Like, Bobby was just trying to say whatever he was trying to explain. Like, I'm a little confused. Like, are you mad because she let you know that Bobby had the information about the baby mama? So now you want to take this out on him? Sir, at the end of the day, you still need to handle that situation. But y'all, that is where the episode ended. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.